June is National Cancer Survivor Month. A local Durham man is grateful to be alive after being diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer at just 34 years old.
WRL's Michelle McConaughey has more on his story and how he beat cancer.
It just felt like somebody stabbed me in the abdomen.
It was 2022. Chris Bigger had just moved to Durham for work.
I noticed that I was having a lot of issues. I noticed that I would have a headache one day, a bad stomach cramp another day.
He figured it was stress from his recent move, so he ignored it. But it wasn't stress, it was cancer.
And I collapsed to the ground.
His girlfriend Sam took him to urgent care. Doctors took him in immediately and urged him to rush to the hospital.
I have to get to the emergency room now.
They told him he needed emergency surgery because of gallstones. The story then shifted to he had a tennis ball-sized mass in his liver.
They did further testing, and about 5 days later, I was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer.
So you found out you had cancer right after you moved to North Carolina.
Yeah.
When Chris called Sam, she knew it wasn't good news.
I knew it was bad news. And we had this beautiful story, and we moved here, and then this happened.
Age 34, for it to be colon cancer, this is not something that I ever thought of, ever.
Sam says the first few months were terrifying.
The ambulance was constantly at our apartment. Those were the worst few months of my entire life.
Duke's Cancer Center helped her by providing therapy throughout the process. Chris started doing immunotherapy at Duke, something his doctors recommended over chemotherapy.
It seeks out cancer and it kills cancer.
And it did.
But the turnaround time from being diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer to 6 months later, or 8 months later, being like, all right, so back to work.
He was so positive and kept on telling me I needed to be positive.
Sam is no stranger to cancer. She lost her dad to it a few years ago.
Chris really did beat this, and I always think that my dad was, helping from the other side and just looking over us.
Chris is still being treated at Duke. His last treatment will be in September.
My doctor often tells me and reminds me that I'm a beacon on the hill, and it is my job to get as many other people up this hill as I can.
Michelle McConaughey, WRL News.
Cancer touches so many of us. What a journey he has been on. And going through that journey, Chris has a lot of good advice to give other people. The one thing he says is to be your own advocate. If you feel like something is off, go to the doctor. Don't put that off. Don't wait. Go to the doctor. He's also a proud member of the Colorectal Cancer Alliance and continues to help spread awareness.